Terrestrial slugs are a group of gastropod mollusks that have adapted to life on land. They are closely related to their aquatic relatives, such as snails, but they have evolved various adaptations to thrive in terrestrial environments. These slugs are known for their slimy appearance and their ability to move across a variety of surfaces using a muscular foot. Here are some key characteristics and information about terrestrial slugs. Terrestrial slugs lack the external shell that is characteristic of many aquatic snails. Instead, they have a soft, flexible body. The front part of their body, called the head, typically bears sensory tentacles with eyes on the tips, allowing them to sense their environment and detect light and motion. Terrestrial slugs produce mucus, which they use to move across surfaces, as well as for various other functions. The slime trail they leave behind is used for locomotion, to help with moisture retention, and as a means of communication or defense. Most terrestrial slugs are herbivores, feeding on a variety of plant materials. They have a specialized feeding structure called a radula, which is a rough, tongue-like organ with tiny teeth that they use to scrape and rasp plant matter. Terrestrial slugs are found in a wide range of terrestrial environments, including gardens, forests, meadows, and urban areas. They thrive in damp or moist habitats, as they are prone to desiccation and require moisture to survive. Slugs are hermaphrodites, meaning they possess both male and female reproductive organs. During mating, they exchange sperm with other slugs. After mating, they lay gelatinous egg masses, which contain numerous eggs. The eggs eventually hatch into juvenile slugs. Terrestrial slugs play important roles in ecosystems. They are detritivores, meaning they help break down decaying organic matter, including fallen leaves and dead plant material. This aids in nutrient recycling and decomposition. While some slug species are ecologically important, others can become garden pests. They may feed on various garden plants and crops, which can be a concern for gardeners and farmers. Slugs have evolved various adaptations to terrestrial life, including their mucus production, their ability to retract into their body when threatened, and their sensory tentacles, which help them navigate their environment. Terrestrial slugs are common and diverse, and they can be encountered in various parts of the world. While some are beneficial for ecosystems, others can be problematic for agriculture and gardens. Slug control methods, such as using barriers or traps, are often employed to manage their populations in areas where they become pests. Snails are gastropod mollusks with coiled shells that are typically spiral in shape. They are found in various terrestrial, freshwater, and marine environments around the world. Snails are characterized by their soft, slimy bodies and their coiled shells, which they carry on their backs. These shells serve as a protective home for the snail and are secreted by the snail's mantle, a specialized organ. Some key characteristics of snails include: snails have a unique feeding organ called a radula, which is a tongue-like structure covered with rows of tiny, chitinous teeth. They use their radula to scrape food particles from surfaces, such as plant material or algae. While many snails move at a slow, deliberate pace, they are capable of both creeping and gliding. They secrete mucus to help them move, and this mucus can be quite slippery. Terrestrial snails breathe air, while aquatic snails extract oxygen from water through gills. Some land snails have a lung-like structure, called a pallial cavity, which enables them to respire in air. Snails are hermaphrodites, which means they have both male and female reproductive organs. They typically exchange sperm with another snail during mating. There is a wide variety of snail species, and they can range in size from a few millimeters to several inches in length. Snails play various ecological roles in their respective ecosystems. They can be herbivores, detritivores, or even predators, depending on the species. In some cultures, snails are considered a delicacy and are prepared and consumed as food, particularly in dishes like escargot. Snails are also studied in biology and ecology for their unique characteristics and adaptability to different environments. Squid are marine cephalopods, which means they are a type of mollusk related to octopuses and cuttlefish. They are known for their elongated bodies, with a distinct head, mantle, and tentacles. Squid have a soft, cylindrical body with a streamlined shape that allows them to move efficiently through the water. Here are some key characteristics of squid. Squid have 8 long, flexible arms and 2 longer tentacles, equipped with suckers. These appendages are used for capturing prey and manipulating food. Squid are agile swimmers and use a method of jet propulsion to move through the water. They expel water through a siphon, creating thrust and propelling themselves forward. This method of locomotion allows them to escape predators and pursue prey. Squid have a sharp, parrot-like beak that they use to tear apart prey. They also possess a radula, a specialized feeding organ covered in tiny, chitinous teeth, which is used to scrape and process food. Many squid species are capable of rapidly changing the color and pattern of their skin to camouflage themselves from predators or to ambush prey. Squid have well-developed brains and a sophisticated nervous system, allowing them to exhibit relatively complex behaviors, such as hunting, navigation, and communication. Squid reproduce by laying eggs, and they often have a short lifespan. They are semiparous, meaning they reproduce just once in their lifetime. Squid are an essential part of marine ecosystems and are an important food source for various marine predators, including whales, sharks, and some fish species. Additionally, they are a significant component of human diets in various cuisines around the world. Calamari, which is a popular dish in many regions, consists of squid that has been breaded and deep-fried. Squid are also used as bait in fishing and play a role in scientific research, particularly in the study of marine biology and behavior. Octopuses are fascinating marine creatures known for their distinctive appearance, intelligence, and complex behaviors. They are cephalopods, belonging to the same mollusk class as squids and cuttlefish. Octopuses have a soft, bulbous body with no internal or external skeleton, and they are characterized by several unique features. Octopuses typically have 8 long, flexible arms that are lined with suckers, which they use for various purposes, including capturing prey, manipulating objects, and exploring their environment. Like squids, octopuses possess a sharp beak at the center of their arms, which they use to bite and tear apart their prey. Octopuses are renowned for their remarkable ability to change the color and texture of their skin to blend in with their surroundings. This camouflaging capability helps them hide from predators and ambush prey. Octopuses are considered one of the most intelligent invertebrates. They have well-developed nervous systems and are capable of problem-solving, learning from experience, and exhibiting complex behaviors. Some species of octopuses are known for their impressive problem-solving skills and even tool use. Octopuses are typically solitary animals and do not form social groups or colonies. They are known for their often reclusive and cryptic behavior. Octopuses have relatively short lifespans, often living only for a few years. Their life cycle typically includes a single, short-lived reproductive period. Octopuses reproduce by laying eggs, which they often attach to a protected surface. The female guards and cares for the eggs until they hatch. Octopuses are found in oceans around the world and inhabit various marine environments, including shallow coastal waters and the deep sea. They are carnivorous and feed on a wide range of prey, including crustaceans, fish, and other mollusks. In addition to their role in marine ecosystems, octopuses are also of interest to researchers and scientists due to their unique characteristics and behaviors. Their intelligence and problem-solving abilities have led to studies in neurobiology and behavior, as well as their potential use as models for robotics and artificial intelligence. Octopuses are also appreciated in various cuisines and are consumed as food in some parts of the world, with dishes like octopus salad and grilled octopus being popular preparations. Oysters are bivalve mollusks that are commonly found in marine and brackish water environments. They are characterized by their hard, calcified shells, which consist of 2 hinged valves. These shells are often irregularly shaped and can vary in size and color depending on the species. Oysters are well known for their culinary significance and are considered a delicacy in many parts of the world. Here are some key characteristics and information about oysters. Oysters have a two-part shell, with one valve being flat and the other concave. The shell is usually rough and may have ridges or irregular growth patterns. The shells are made of calcium carbonate and are connected by a hinge ligament. Oysters are filter feeders, which means they obtain their food by filtering small particles, such as plankton and organic matter, from the water. They pump water through the gills, trapping food particles on mucus-coated gill filaments. Oysters are typically found in estuaries, coastal areas, and shallow marine environments. They attach themselves to hard substrates like rocks, shells, or other oysters using byssal threads, which are strong and elastic fibers secreted by the oyster. Oysters are generally gonochoristic, meaning they have separate male and female individuals. They release sperm and eggs into the water, where fertilization occurs. The fertilized eggs develop into planktonic larvae, which eventually settle and grow into adult oysters. Oysters are considered a delicacy in many cuisines. They can be consumed raw, grilled, steamed, fried, or used in various dishes like oyster stew, oysters Rockefeller, and seafood cocktails. Oysters are often served with various condiments, such as lemon juice, hot sauce, and horseradish. Oysters are a good source of protein, vitamins, and minerals. They are relatively low in fat and calories, making them a nutritious seafood choice. Oyster farming, also known as oyster aquaculture, is a common practice where oysters are cultivated in controlled environments to meet the demand for oysters in the seafood industry. These oysters are often grown on oyster beds or in floating bags. Oysters have cultural and economic importance in many coastal regions, and their consumption has a long history. They are not only valued for their taste, but also for their role in maintaining water quality by filtering and improving the health of their aquatic ecosystems. Mussels are a type of bivalve mollusk, closely related to clams and oysters. They are known for their distinctive oblong, dark, and elongated shells, which are typically blue, black, or brown in color. Mussels are found in freshwater and marine environments and are widely consumed as seafood in many parts of the world. Here are some key characteristics and information about mussels. Mussels have two hinged shells that are held together by a strong and flexible ligament. The shells are asymmetrical, with one shell being flatter and the other more convex. Like oysters and clams, mussels are filter feeders. They feed by drawing in water through a siphon, filtering out tiny particles, such as plankton and organic matter, and expelling clean water. This filtering process helps to improve water quality and nutrient cycling in aquatic ecosystems. Mussels inhabit a variety of aquatic environments, including freshwater rivers, lakes, and streams, as well as intertidal and subtidal marine zones. They attach themselves to hard surfaces like rocks, logs, or other objects using byssal threads, strong and sticky filaments that they secrete. Mussels are typically gonochoristic, meaning they have separate male and female individuals. They release sperm and eggs into the water, where fertilization occurs. The fertilized eggs develop into planktonic larvae, which eventually settle on a suitable substrate and grow into adult mussels. Mussels are widely appreciated for their flavor and are commonly consumed in a variety of dishes, including steamed mussels, mussel soups, and pasta dishes. They are known for their tender, slightly sweet, and briny taste. Mussels often take on the flavors of the sauces and seasonings they are cooked with, making them versatile in culinary preparations. Mussels are a good source of protein, vitamins, minerals, and omega-3 fatty acids. They are considered a nutritious and healthy seafood choice. Mussels are often considered an environmentally sustainable seafood option because they require minimal feed, don't rely on wild fish stocks for their diet, and can help improve water quality by filtering algae and organic matter from the water. Mussels have cultural and economic importance in many regions, particularly in Europe and the Mediterranean, where they are a staple in seafood cuisine. Their farming, known as mussel aquaculture, is a common practice, and mussels are harvested when they reach a desirable size for culinary use. Cuttlefish are marine cephalopods closely related to octopuses and squids. They are known for their unique and distinctive appearance, with a soft, oval-shaped body and a cuttlebone, which is a porous internal shell that provides buoyancy and control over their depth in the water. Cuttlefish are remarkable creatures with a range of interesting characteristics. Cuttlefish have a soft body that is often elongated and flattened, with a mantle that encases their internal organs. They have a pair of large, W-shaped fins running along the sides of their body and a set of tentacles and arms that are equipped with suckers. Their eyes are very well developed and allow them to see a wide spectrum of colors and patterns. Cuttlefish are renowned for their exceptional camouflage abilities. They can change the color and texture of their skin rapidly to blend in with their surroundings or communicate with other cuttlefish. This is achieved through chromatophores, specialized pigment cells in their skin. Similar to squids, cuttlefish have an ink sac that contains a dark, ink-like substance. When threatened by predators, they can eject this ink as a defensive smokescreen to confuse and distract their attackers, allowing the cuttlefish to escape. Cuttlefish have 2 long tentacles and 8 shorter arms, all equipped with suckers. These appendages are used for capturing prey, manipulating objects, and exploring their environment. Cuttlefish are considered among the most intelligent invertebrates. They exhibit problem-solving skills and can learn from experience. Their advanced nervous system allows them to display complex behaviors and adapt to various situations. Cuttlefish are carnivorous and feed on a diet of small fish, crustaceans, and other marine creatures. They are skilled hunters and use their tentacles to strike at prey. Cuttlefish have separate male and female individuals and reproduce by mating. The male transfers sperm to the female using a specialized arm called a hectocotylus. Females lay eggs, which are often attached to substrates, and they guard and care for them until they hatch. Cuttlefish have relatively short lifespans, typically living for 1 to 2 years. Their life cycle includes rapid growth and maturation. Cuttlefish are not only of biological interest but also of culinary significance. They are consumed in various cuisines, particularly in Mediterranean regions, where dishes like cuttlefish ink risotto and grilled cuttlefish are popular. In addition, cuttlefish have been studied for their remarkable abilities in the fields of biology, neuroscience, and materials science, serving as inspiration for camouflage technologies and the development of adaptive color-changing materials. Abalones are marine mollusks that belong to the family Haliotidae. They are known for their single, spiral-shaped shells with a series of small, open holes or apertures. These apertures serve as a means for water to enter and exit the abalone's respiratory and circulatory system. Abalones are prized for their meat, which is considered a delicacy in various cuisines. Here are some key characteristics and information about abalones. The shell of an abalone is ear-shaped and has a low, open spiral structure. It is characterized by its mother-of-pearl or iridescent interior, which is used to create various decorative items, including jewelry and inlay work. Abalones are typically found in cold-water marine environments along rocky coastlines, especially in intertidal and subtidal zones. They attach themselves to rocks and other hard substrates using a strong, muscular foot. Abalones are herbivores and feed on various types of marine algae and seaweed, using a specialized feeding structure called a radula. Many abalone species are threatened or endangered due to overfishing and habitat destruction. They are particularly vulnerable because of their slow growth and low reproduction rates. Conservation efforts are in place to protect and restore abalone populations in some regions. Abalones are highly regarded in gastronomy and are often considered a luxury seafood item. They can be prepared in various ways, such as pan-fried, grilled, or served in dishes like abalone sashimi. The meat is known for its delicate flavor and tender texture. Abalones have cultural and traditional significance in some indigenous communities, where they are used for food, tools, and decorative purposes. Their shells have been historically used in crafting jewelry and traditional adornments. Abalones can also produce pearls, although these pearls are typically small and less valuable than those produced by oysters. The iridescent, colorful interior of the abalone shell is what gives rise to these pearls. Different species of abalones can be found in various parts of the world, including the United States, Australia, and parts of Asia. The harvesting and trade of abalones are regulated in many regions to protect the species and prevent overexploitation. Slugs are gastropod mollusks that are closely related to snails, but are characterized by the absence of a visible external shell or having a very small, internal shell that is typically hidden beneath their mantle. Slugs are part of the class Gastropoda, which includes a wide variety of species, both terrestrial and aquatic. These creatures are known for their elongated, soft bodies, and they are commonly found in gardens, forests, and other humid or moist environments. Here are some key characteristics and information about slugs. One of the defining features of slugs is their lack of a prominent external shell, which is the primary distinction between slugs and snails. While some slugs may have a small, internal shell, it is often reduced and not visible. Slugs have a soft, elongated body that is usually cylindrical or slightly flattened. They typically have two pairs of retractable tentacles on their head. The upper pair, known as the optical tentacles, bear light-sensitive eyes at their tips, while the lower pair function as sensory organs for tasting and feeling their environment. Slugs produce a mucus or slime, which serves various functions. It helps them move smoothly over surfaces, provides protection from dehydration, and facilitates the absorption of oxygen through their skin. The slime trail left behind by slugs is a notable feature of their presence. Most slugs are herbivorous and feed on a wide range of plant material, including leaves, flowers, and decaying plant matter. Some species can be pests in gardens and agricultural fields, causing damage to crops. Slugs are hermaphrodites, which means they have both male and female reproductive organs. When they mate, they exchange sperm with one another. After mating, they lay clusters of eggs in damp, sheltered locations. The eggs hatch into juvenile slugs. Slugs are most commonly found in damp and humid environments. They thrive in gardens, forests, and other areas with plenty of moisture. They are also known to be active at night and during rainy or overcast conditions. Slugs have various natural predators, including birds, amphibians, and some insects. They are also vulnerable to parasitic nematodes, which can infect and kill them. While some slugs can be considered pests due to their plant-eating habits, others play essential roles in breaking down organic matter and contributing to nutrient cycling in ecosystems. Slugs are a subject of interest in biology and ecology, as they play a role in nutrient recycling and have adapted to various environmental conditions. Scallops are a type of bivalve mollusk, similar to clams and oysters, and they are well known for their fan-shaped shells. These marine creatures are highly regarded in culinary circles for their tender and sweet meat. Here are some key characteristics and information about scallops. Scallops have two hinged, symmetrical shells that are usually ridged and fan-shaped. The shells are typically white, pink, or reddish-brown on the outside, and the inside is typically a pearly, iridescent color. The living part of the scallop, including its eyes and tentacles, is located between the two shells. Scallops are found in oceans worldwide, living in sandy or gravelly seabeds. They are capable of swimming by rapidly clapping their shells together, which propels them through the water for short distances. Scallops are filter feeders, and they consume plankton, algae, and small particles from the water. They use a specialized structure called a ciliated gill to capture food and pump water in and out of their shells. Scallops have a row of bright blue eyes around the edge of their mantle. These eyes can detect changes in light and motion, helping scallops escape from predators. Scallops are gonochoristic, meaning they have separate male and female individuals. Fertilization typically occurs externally, with the release of eggs and sperm into the water. Scallops produce free-swimming larvae that eventually settle and grow into adult scallops. Scallops are highly prized for their delicate and slightly sweet flavor. They are often prepared by searing, baking, broiling, or grilling, and they are a popular ingredient in dishes like scallop ceviche, scallop risotto, and bacon-wrapped scallops. The edible part of the scallop is the adductor muscle, which is the muscle responsible for opening and closing the shell. Scallops are a good source of protein, low in fat, and provide essential vitamins and minerals, including vitamin B12, iodine, and zinc. Scallop farming is a common practice in the seafood industry. It involves cultivating scallops in controlled environments, such as underwater nets or cages, to ensure a sustainable supply of these shellfish. Scallops are not only appreciated for their taste, but also for their role in marine ecosystems, as they help maintain water quality by filtering particles from the water. They are considered a luxury seafood item and are enjoyed in a wide range of international cuisines. Nudibranchs, often referred to as sea slugs, are a group of colorful and striking marine gastropod mollusks. They are known for their vibrant and ornate appearances, as well as their fascinating behaviors. Nudibranchs belong to the subclass Opithobranchia within the class Gastropoda, and they are highly diverse in terms of species and appearance. Here are some key characteristics and information about nudibranchs. Nudibranchs are renowned for their colorful and intricate patterns. Their vibrant colors and unusual shapes make them stand out in marine environments. These vivid colors are often a result of the nudibranch's diet, as they incorporate pigments from the organisms they consume. Unlike many other gastropods, nudibranchs have lost their shells during evolution, and their internal shells, if present at all, are reduced or completely absent. This loss of a shell allows them to be more flexible and streamlined. Nudibranchs are carnivorous and feed on various prey, such as sponges, cnidarians, hydroids, and other small marine invertebrates. Some nudibranchs have evolved to use the toxins of their prey for their own defense. Nudibranchs breathe through exposed gills, which are often located on their backs or sides. The gills resemble delicate, feather-like structures, giving nudibranchs their name, which means naked gills. Nudibranchs are primarily marine creatures and are found in a variety of marine environments, from shallow, intertidal zones to deep-sea habitats. They are particularly abundant in tropical coral reefs, but they can also be found in temperate and cold water regions. Some nudibranchs are toxic or distasteful to predators due to the toxins they accumulate from their prey. They use their bright colors and striking patterns to signal their unpalatability to potential predators. Nudibranchs are hermaphrodites, meaning they have both male and female reproductive organs. When mating, they exchange sperm, but they often have complex mating rituals. After fertilization, they lay gelatinous egg masses that can be found on surfaces in their habitat. Nudibranchs are a subject of significant scientific interest due to their intricate behaviors, striking appearances, and unique adaptations. They are studied in fields such as marine biology, ecology, and systematics. Nudibranchs have a wide range of species, and each species may have its own specific behaviors and dietary preferences. Their captivating appearances and intriguing behaviors make them a favorite among divers and underwater photographers who seek to observe and document these remarkable creatures in their natural habitats. Chitons are a type of marine mollusk that belongs to the class Polyplacophora. They are characterized by their distinctive, flattened, oval-shaped bodies and a unique shell composed of multiple plates or valves. These plates overlap, resembling a suit of armor, which provides protection and flexibility. Chitons are primarily found in intertidal and subtidal zones in marine environments and are known for their simple yet fascinating characteristics. Here are some key details about chitons. Chitons have a dorsal shell composed of 8 separate, articulating plates, also called valves. These plates are arranged in a series, overlapping like roof shingles. The plates are made of aragonite, a form of calcium carbonate. Chitons are herbivores and typically feed on algae and other plant material found on rocks and hard substrates in their environment. They use a specialized feeding structure called a radula to scrape food particles from surfaces. Chitons are found in various marine environments, ranging from rocky shorelines in intertidal zones to deep-sea habitats. They are commonly found clinging to rocks and other hard surfaces. Chitons move slowly by creeping across surfaces using their muscular foot. They leave characteristic feeding tracks on the substrate, which can often be observed by the visible scrape marks on rocks. Chitons breathe through gills, which are situated in a cavity beneath the shell. Water is drawn into the cavity, and oxygen is absorbed while carbon dioxide is expelled. Chitons are typically dioecious, meaning they have separate male and female individuals. Fertilization occurs externally when sperm is released into the water to fertilize eggs. After hatching, chiton larvae go through a planktonic stage before settling and developing into adults. Chitons have various natural predators, including sea stars, crabs, and certain species of fish, birds, and snails. Chitons rely on their shell for protection against predators. When disturbed, they can curl up into a ball to cover their softer, unprotected underside with their shell plates. Chitons are not as well known as some other mollusks, like clams or snails, but they play an important role in marine ecosystems by grazing on algae and helping to maintain the balance of these ecosystems. Their unique shell structure and simple yet effective body design have made them a subject of interest in the fields of biology and paleontology. Conch, pronounced conch, refers to a variety of large, sea-dwelling mollusks, specifically gastropod mollusks belonging to the family Strombidae. These marine creatures are recognized for their spiral-shaped shells and are found in tropical and subtropical waters around the world. Conch is significant in the culinary and cultural traditions of several regions, particularly in the Caribbean and parts of the Mediterranean. Here are some key characteristics and information about conch. Conch shells are large and spiral in shape, often with a striking pink, orange, or yellow hue. The opening of the shell, where the conch animal extends its body, is lined with a flared, thickened lip. Conch shells have a pointed spire and can grow quite large, with some species having shells reaching up to a foot or more in length. Conch are primarily found in warm, shallow waters, often in seagrass beds and sandy or rocky bottoms. They prefer sandy and well-illuminated environments, and they are commonly encountered in coastal areas. Conch are herbivores and feed on algae and other plant materials found on the seabed. They use a specialized feeding structure called a radula to scrape food from surfaces. Conch have a large, muscular foot that allows them to move along the seabed, crawl on rocks, or bury themselves in the sand to avoid predators. Conch are dioecious, with separate male and female individuals. Fertilization usually occurs externally, with the release of sperm and eggs into the water. After fertilization, conch eggs develop into free-swimming larvae before settling on the seabed and growing into adults. Conch meat is considered a delicacy and is used in a variety of dishes, especially in Caribbean cuisine. Common preparations include conch fritters, conch ceviche, and conch salad. The meat is known for its tender texture and mild, slightly sweet flavor. Some conch species produce pearls, although these pearls are less famous and valuable than those produced by oysters. The pearls are typically small and irregularly shaped. Conch shells are often used for decorative purposes and are popular souvenirs in coastal tourist destinations. They are also used in various forms of art and craftsmanship. Conch fishing is regulated in many areas due to concerns about overharvesting, as some conch populations have declined in response to increasing demand. Sustainable harvesting practices and regulations are implemented to protect these important marine species. Venus clams, often referred to simply as Venus clams or Venus shells, are a type of bivalve mollusk belonging to the family Veneridae. These clams are widely distributed in marine environments around the world and are named after Venus, the Roman goddess of love and beauty. Venus clams are known for their rounded to oval shells and are of culinary and ecological significance. Here are some key characteristics and information about Venus clams. Venus clams have symmetrical, rounded to oval-shaped shells with a distinct beak, which is the pointed, elevated area on the hinge side of the shell. The shell color and pattern can vary among species but often include shades of white, brown, and gray. The interior of the shell is typically smooth and glossy. Venus clams are found in a variety of marine habitats, including intertidal zones, coastal areas, and offshore sediments. They burrow into the substrate, such as sand or mud, and use a muscular foot to dig and anchor themselves in the sediment. Venus clams are filter feeders, drawing in water through siphons and capturing small particles, such as plankton, organic matter, and bacteria, using their gills. They filter feed as a means of obtaining nutrients from the surrounding water. Venus clams are gonochoristic, which means they have separate male and female individuals. Fertilization typically occurs externally, with the release of eggs and sperm into the water. The fertilized eggs develop into larvae that go through a planktonic stage before settling on the seabed. Venus clams are harvested for culinary purposes in various regions around the world. They are used in a wide range of dishes, including clam chowder, pasta, and seafood stews. The meat is known for its tender and mildly sweet flavor. Venus clams play an essential role in marine ecosystems, as they help improve water quality by filtering and removing suspended particles from the water. This filtering process contributes to the overall health of the ecosystem. Sustainable harvesting practices are essential to ensure the long-term health of Venus clam populations. Regulations and quotas are often put in place to manage clam fisheries and prevent overexploitation. Venus clams are a versatile and valuable seafood resource. Their use in culinary traditions, their role in maintaining water quality, and their importance in marine food webs make them ecologically and economically significant. They are appreciated for their role as a source of sustenance and as a delicacy in various cuisines.